Good morning, everybody. I toast to you and all you do. I hope you're having a fantastic morning and a great weekend. It's almost Yule. It's very exciting. Hooray! I can't wait. Of course, I still have shopping to do. Very excited. I did order some of my last presents from Astaria Sen. So if you haven't seen her channel, I have her on my list. I have her on my recommended list, but her stuff is so cute. I'm very excited to get some new packages from her. She does lots of other stuff. I like her channel, but her art, her craft is amazing. So I'm excited those are coming. And yeah, so I have a couple other things to shop for and get a little more done. Luckily, Christmas isn't for another couple of days after that because it'll give me time to finish. It's nice because I get to do half the stuff for Yule, and then I have a couple days and can do half more because I'm a procrastinator. That's just the way that it is. Anyways, so today I saw an amazing card pulled from one of the people that I follow on Twitter. Sorry, I'm really bad with names, so I don't remember her name. Anyways, her tarot card pull was the Ten of Pentacles, I want to say it was, but that's not really what stuck with me. What stuck with me is the question that was presented. So it asks, is there something nagging at you? Is there something just eating at you? Or is there something that you feel is just not right? And when you feel that way, you need to stop. And you need to ask yourself, is this leading me to the life that I want? Is this leading me to the path that I want? Am I creating the world that I want to live in? Kind of mentality, I guess. And it really seemed to resonate, especially with us coming up on the end of our introspective journey and kind of moving into this next transition. And by next transition, I mean over the next couple days, that as we feel the sun return and the energy change. I don't know, for those. So one of the things, I guess this is totally off topic, but important all the same. So one of the things that we do as pagans and practitioners is we follow the moon. And we see the moon go through all of its phases, and we just had the dark moon with the eclipse, and it kind of shook things up a little. I mean, for me, it just made me feel really homey and happy, but so we track the moon. Okay, so the sun also has a cycle, and because it's such a long cycle, it makes it harder for us to visualize like the moon, where we see it happen in under a month, and we're like, hey, I get that. So the sun cycle takes the whole year, and right now, if you watch the sunrise, it's very much in the southern sky. Very much in the southern sky. And on the summer solstice, it'll be very much in the northern sky. So it changes the shadows and it changes where the sun is. And it was funny, I didn't really realize this until I was working at a gas station with the southern facing windows. And throughout the year, you would really see the shadow change. And there would be part of the year where you couldn't stand at the cash register because the sun was just in your face. And so it was like a mundane kind of thing. But for me, it was like, the sun cycle. So now I really enjoy watching the sun travel through the sky. I'd be excited to see it start moving back towards the north. And this also has a lot to do with the spirituality, or the symbolism of the spirituality that kind of all goes together with the dying. And as the sun moves towards the south, it begins its path to death. It reaches all the way to the south where it dies, and then is reborn and comes back and works its way towards the north, towards that life and growth and earth. And, it works its way towards the fiery death and rebirth. And it's just kind of this, it's just another reminder of how connected all things are and how connected the symbolism and spirituality and all of that stuff, if you question, well, why is South so, there are some cultures who won't sleep with their head in the South. They only sleep with their heads in the North. There are some cultures, who only open their doors to the East. And there are some, and lots of cultures have little different things like this. And each one of them is based off of some grand observation that our ancestors made, and then explained it with spirituality and the connectedness. And they began to see a long time ago the connectedness of all of these energies and how they related to each other. And And that's when I began to explain magic. And so, yeah, now we live in this modern world where we know that if we don't pray, the sun will still come up the next day. And that we know that if we don't have a bonfire on Yule, we'll still have spring come back. But it's about the connectedness of that energy. And you see those transitions and I love when science proves my spirituality. I love thinking about the molecular level of things, and that even though it feels so solid and looks so solid on a molecular level, it's really not a solid, and it's really just two molecules hovering close together, associated with a magnetic or electromagnetic or chemical bond. Oh, I love science. But that's magic to me. Oh, how come a glucose molecule is a circle? Well, let's talk about that. No, let's not, okay? I could go off all day, but so all of that is connected, okay? So it seems like a random tangent, but not, because when you start to feel that nagging feeling and you're like, oh, I feel like there's something on the tip of my tongue, or just whispering behind my ear, or just over the horizon, there's just something I'm missing a little bit of, it's probably because there's something that you need to correct or change or fix, or you've stepped off your path, or you've stepped onto a new path, and maybe it's not the right path, or maybe you've decided the path that you're on isn't right. But those nagging feelings are not random. They are not coincidences. They happen for a reason. So when you begin to feel that nagging feeling, when you pick up something, so in the tarot card picture that she shared, it's this lady, and she's holding up a candle, and she's looking at this candle, and she's pondering this candle. She's got all her other tools in front of her, and she's pondering. She's like, And so, what is it that's causing your nagging? And that's, to me, that's what it was. I was like, is this causing my nagging? No, that's not it. Okay, is this it? No, that's not it. Is this it? And you have to kind of figure out what it is, and then ask yourself, okay, am I creating the world in which I want to be in? Am I creating the life I want? Is this the path I'm supposed to be on? And is this what's affecting it? Is it this thing? Is it this thing? Is it this thing? Is it this thing? What is it? And really think about that. And make this a normal practice. This isn't something that you should just do today, or you should just do during introspection, but you should do all the time. Because when we have that nagging feeling, or we're being told by the spirits, or I saw another post that was like, if you wake up between 2 and 5, it means the spirits want to say something to you. I'm like, or you have to go to the bathroom when you're old. Just say it. Like, but what is nagging at you? What is calling you? What is keeping you up at night? What is making you wake up early? What is that little itch behind the surface, and what's causing that, and why is it there? And so think about that. And when you start to have that itch or feeling, or like, stop, take that moment, think about it. What is this, and is it helping me create the life I want? So yeah, I guess that's it. It's freezing out here. I toast to you and all you do. Again, it's cold, so I want to drink some more coffee. But also, I challenge you to stop and think that thought. What is making me have this nagging feeling? Am I creating the world I want? And when I say that, a lot of people take it to this like rose-colored goggles, I can create the whole world and blah, 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 but you can. So that saying that we heard when we were a kid, like treat people the way you want to be treated. So if everybody did that, then the world would be better. If you woke up every morning with the goal of, I am going to create the world in which I want to live in, and I'm going to make it the world I want, and then you did that, the world would be that much closer to the world that you want. And no, we don't all have to have the same collective, like the world should be this is utopia. No, there's not one utopia. Utopia is an amazing thing because it fulfills the needs of all people. And in order to fulfill the needs of all people's needs must be taken into consideration, but not on like okay, I'm going to go on a crazy rant. I'm going to stop. I could feel that coming out. But when you stop to think and you're like, why am I so nice to people all the time? Because that's the right thing to do. And if everybody was nice and everybody did the right thing and everybody tried to make the world a better place and everybody tried to make the world this beautiful thing that they feel like it should be in their heart and their mind, and they're like, oh, I have this beautiful vision and I think that's what it should be, and we all worked for that, even though we don't all have the same vision, the world would be a better place. And there would be like collectives where people kind of thought the same, and then there would be areas where everybody was really different, because I wouldn't want to live in a community where everybody was just like me. It would just make me mad. I'd be like, get out of my face. I need something different. I need something beautiful. For me, our differences are what makes us beautiful. I hate the idea of everybody should look the same. It's like, that's not fun. There's no beauty in the same. Anyways, so if we all were working to create that world, then we would have a better place, and the earth would be better, and we would feel better, and everybody would be happier. So when you start to feel that nagging, even if like sometimes I get that nagging that's like, why do you get up to do so much for other people? Well, you know what? Because I think that's how all people should be. And if all people got up to do something for their neighbor or for their friend or for their husband or their wife or their children or whatever it may be, everybody would have to do less, because it wouldn't just be you standing up to do it. Your spouse, your sister, your brother, your mother, your niece, your whoever, everybody would be standing up to do something nice for somebody else, and loads would be lifted, things would be easier, everybody would be working together. It would be like this beautiful world. Okay, so whenever you're feeling that nagging feeling, stop and think, okay, am I creating the reality I want to live in? Is this the world I want to live in? And I guess start today by, thinking really and journaling and really going deep. And like, is this what I want? Is this the world I want to live in? What am I doing to create the world I want? So that's my challenge for you, and I hope that it brings you some enlightenment. Many blessings to you and all you do. Don't forget to like and subscribe and all that hot stuff, and I will see you tomorrow for our final video. Much blessings.